in how to apply the gradient color. Let me show you how I designed it and then we will start. If I go to the previous artboard, you see for this design I have created this artwork, and for this design, this design and this design is same. I have created this artwork. So we will see how we can create an artwork perfectly like this. What's perfect about it is that the line and the gap is exactly same width, and it continues till you reach the center. So first of all, I created a grid like this. So let's start from scratch. Let's leave it and start it from scratch. First of all, let's draw a blank artboard. This is the grid tool. There are other options, but this is the easiest one. Use a grid. You can use any number. It will divide the grid into these pieces. You can click on fill grid here, or you can fill grid later on. And I have choose 24. You can choose like 20 or any other number. So it will make these pieces. I have double clicked on it to open it, and I have chosen a divider, like how many times, how many rows and how many columns. And this option can be set later on, but you can set it right now. Let's see, if we did not set it, then how we can do it later. Okay, now simply draw a grid. Make sure hold shift to draw a square grid. So this is how you create a grid. Now it don't has any color in it, you see. So simply apply a color. You can change the color of the border so that it's visible enough. Now all you have to do is select it and select shape builder. If you drag on patches, it will connect those patches. So drag it like this. Connect two borders and then three, and then we have a gap here. So return back and make a round shape, but make sure that we have a gap. Whenever we turn, there is a gap of one patch. So continue from where we cannot go at this direction, or it will these two patches will be connected, so it will be space. We will turn from this way. You can take these things in a single step, or you can continue drawing without taking space. When you are about to exit, you are about to quit, you need to make sure that there is a one thing, that it's a horizontal line. It's not vertical line. Do not stop at vertical line, but at horizontal line. You can stop here, or you can stop at the bottom. And one more thing, when you stop, make sure you go one pixel ahead, one block ahead. So here we have gone one shape ahead, and for extra lines we can leave a blank block line here and click on the top and make it exactly like the line below. And if you want another bottom line, leave a line between them and drag it drag it till the end of the top line. Only it needs to be it need to have a line separated from like this line should have a space here. You can have the space here or you can have the space here. If you are going to stop it, we finish the line here. If we had finished the line here, we uh, we should have finished it here. So leaving this line, uh, we finished here, so we have a space here. If we finished here, we should have a space on this side. So we have the thing. Now all we have to do it to select it, and it's very easy to select it. Only select the this selection tool. This is actually used for partial selection. It's select whole object, it's select partial object. So for partial object, simply select it and click on it, hold shift for add more to selection. I have also selected this and also select this. Simply cut and delete everything else. Now paste it and remove the border. Removing border is important. Remove the border. Now we have the shape ready. All we have to do it is to create a pattern design. Pattern design automatically mold the artwork as per the path. So click on new. While this shape is selected, click on new and select pattern brush. Click OK, and simply one thing we need to change here. Since the pattern, the artwork is very big here, so we can reduce the scale, this size here, or we can go without it, but it will make the shape big. So let's make it like 10%. It will make the design appear smaller. Okay, we can change this thing later on, and we will learn it right now. Draw a shape, convert the fill to the border, and simply choose this thing. So here we go. And if you want to make the design bigger, simply increase the border size. Now we have designed this thing. As you see, if you would have to design this thing, all it has the difference is more lines, which is simply we stopped at some point here. You do not stop and keep on moving it until you reach this thing, and here you see there's a gap. This should be inside, should be slightly inside. This line is not necessary. You can delete this line or you can keep it. Similarly, this line is not necessary. This line is not necessary. You can delete it. It will delete this line and this line, leaving behind the inner border. So what's next? How to apply colors to it? If you apply, we have already created the gradient colors. You can choose the gradient color of your choice, but to make the work quick, we have created a gradient color. You can create any gradient color from Here we will have a detailed video on it later on. If you select color picker and choose this thing, it will not apply gradient to it. So how a gradient will be applied? The pattern need to be expanded. For that you have to select it and select object and expand appearance. It will expand the pattern into an actual shape. Now if you click on it, it seems like it's working, but there's a difference. Every patch has its own color. While if we move on to this thing, it has a single color on it. You might have not noticed the difference. If you move and make it like radial color, then you will notice that every single thing has its own color. You can go with this thing, although it looks good this way too, but if you want to apply a single color to the whole shape, then you have to make one thing. To make it one thing, you will need to choose compound path make. And now it's a single thing. All you have to do is to apply the color. To apply this color, simply click on it, and here we have applied a single color on the whole shape. You can choose from gradient, like if you want to choose radial gradient or the other gradient. So this is how I had designed it, and this is how it is designed.